The 2022 Eurovision Song Contest is presented by Moroccan Oil. Live from Turin, Italy, the handover ceremony and official allocation draw of the 66th Eurovision Song Contest. Please welcome the hosts of today's ceremony, Carolina Di Domenico and Mario Acampa.
Hello Europe, ciao Italia. Welcome to the formal handover ceremony and allocation draw for the 66th Eurovision Song Contest. It's the official start of Eurovision 2022 and we are very proud to be here.
Yes, we are. We are broadcasting live from Palazzo Madama in Turin, which was the first Senate of the Kingdom of Italy, and now is the home of the Turin City Museum of Ancient Art. It was a large collection, as you can see a little bit, ranges mostly from the late Middle Ages to the 18th century.
And we are very proud to explain the meaning of our slogan for the 2022 Eurovision Song Contest, which is the sound of beauty, in a venue whose mission is to display history, art and beauty.
And as a matter of fact, throughout the centuries, Italian history and culture have contributed greatly to shape the global concept of beauty.
Thank you, Mario. But we are here for this special event, and in the next hour we will discover which of the two semi-finals each country will compete in. The semi-finals are going to take place here at our Pala Olimpico on May 10th and 12th, and the big night, the grand finale, will take place on Saturday, May 14th.
So the main question now is, from the 41 participating countries, who will deliver the new Måneskin? And so up until last May, Italy had won just twice. The first time in 1964, it was the singer Gigliola Cinquetti, and you can see it right now. And then 26 years later, in 1990, it was our Toto Cutugno who raised the trophy by celebrating in its song the fall of the Berlin Wall and the hope for a new and united Europe.
And after that, we had to wait a long time.
But it was quite rewarding. So
That's true.
Now let's have a look to the glorious journey of our new rock and roll heroes, Måneskin.
Let's open up for the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest 2021. Let's open up to Italy.
Måneskin!
A vincere il Festival della canzone italiana sono i Måneskin!
Siamo fuori di testa, ma diversi da loro. Siamo fuori di testa, ma diversi da loro. Loro non sanno di che parlo, vestiti sporchi fra di fango. 106. Siamo fuori di testa, ma diversi da loro. Thank you, Europe!
Wow, quite emotional for us.
Give me 5, Carolina. No, give me.
No?
Give me the elbow.
Could be
Yeah,
better.
that's safer. And we would like to take a moment in this moment to say hello to Gabriele Corsi, who should have been today with us, and Cristiano Malgioglio. Hi, guys.
Both were the Italian commentators during the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest and will be doing that very important role again this May. But let's move on, because after Naples in the 1960s and Rome in the 1990s, we are heading north, because today the city of Rotterdam officially hands over the Eurovision baton to the city where modern Italy was born, Torino.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have here today the Mayor of Rotterdam, Mr. Ahmed Abu Taleb.
Thank you.
Hello,
Welcome.
Mr. Abu Taleb, welcome to Turin.
Thank you.
Your contestant, Duncan Lawrence, has put the Netherlands once again on the Song Contest map. You waited over 40 years to host the contest again, and somehow you kept it for 2 years in a row. So what kind of challenge was that?
A big challenge.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a big challenge for the city, for the citizens, for the volunteers, for all of us. For the contestants, for the participants, it was a big challenge because you want to win. If you come to participate, you want to win. And at least you reach the finals, at least. So there was a challenge that we organized the event, a big event during COVID. Tough restrictions. We have been in a completely lockdown, but nevertheless, for the 230 million spectators all over the world, it was a big festival on television. So that is really a beautiful thing to organize.
Sadly, we weren't able to be there, but we enjoyed the strength and the impact of the city's involvement in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a lot of local Turin officials with us today, so if you had some friendly advice to Turin or to Italy, what would you suggest?
I brought with me 3 old advices.
Okay.
The first one is work together. The second one is probably work together.
Okay.
And the third one is...
I'm a mind reader. It's a
Work
together.
together.
Fantastic.
So
fantastic. A round of applause.
I mean, it's for the city, for the citizens, for the volunteers, how to show your city to the world as an icon. And you have an icon to show to the world. And for the mayor, Stefano, it's hard work, boy. It's budgets, it's budgets, it's budgets.
Okay.
It's safety, it's security, it's being the host. Big guy, and I think in collaboration with the right television will be a nice show.
Thank you, Mr. Abu Taleb. But now it's time for us to do our important job. Please.
Yes, of course, Carolina. We are now ready for the insignia exchange ceremony.
Wow.
That's it.
Almost.
That's great. Yeah. Tell us something more about it.
Well, it's, you know, Rotterdam has been unfortunately bombarded during the war. So we have a completely new downtown. So this stands for the recovery of the city, the rebuilding of the city, the port, 40 kilometers of port, and a shovel that stands for hard work. Stefano, hard work to do the best job to organize big events, for instance, but also to rebuild the city. So it stands for innovation.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
Wow. So go ahead.
Yes, it's putting now the key. It's green, like the hope for better times. And now we're ready for the ceremony. So please let us introduce you to the Mayor of Torino, Mr. Stefano Lorusso.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. We are very honored to be the host city of the 2022 edition of the Eurovision Song Contest, and the whole community together is happy to be part of this amazing European music event.
Yeah, and this was a very important and special tradition for us, the one that we did with Mr. Abu Taleb with the insignia, because this was started by the city of Helsinki in 2007, and then every host city has added its own personal touch, as Mr. Abu Taleb did.
So many visitors coming to Turin by plane over the next few months will have the chance to admire this beautiful and unique artifact at the Torino Caselle airport. Write it down.
Guys, it weighs more than 30 kilos, yeah?
Yeah, they say it's getting more weight year after year. So please go ahead and add your insignia.
Yeah, okay.
And
So
we got it already, so it's okay, guys. Perfect.
thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. Baudelaire.
Thank you, Mr. Baudelaire. Okay, so now, Mr. Lorusso, it's a very special moment because your city, it's my city too, actually, because I come from Turin, so I'm quite proud of it. It's officially...
Me too.
You too?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's officially the Eurovision City of the Eurovision Song Contest 2022. And so we're broadcasting live right now from your Palazzo Madama. And how do you feel now?
Oh, I'm really pleased to be here with you today. I would like to thank all the people that work in the last month to permit this special event. So thank you very much to everybody. I'm really fine, thanks. Torino is a really beautiful city, it's full of energy, and as you can see from this venue, we are really ready to welcome Eurovision enthusiastic audience and the 41 participating countries. Welcome.
Okay, the cities of Rotterdam and Turin also are twinning city because it all happened way back in the 50s when a lot of European values were starting to grow. And to heal the wounds of World War II, many countries bound their ideals and perspectives. Furthermore, in music and television, with the birth of Eurovision Song Contest, something similar happened. And today, more than 60 years later, we are all here.
So our strength is unity. Our common history is made up of conflict and division. But today, we are here to remember the spirit and the values of our forefathers. Italy is one of the founding countries of the European Union, and in the small Italian island of Ventotene, is really nice, in the Tyrrhenian Sea, Altiero Spinelli and Ernesto Rossi wrote the founding text of our union. I would like to take the occasion to remember another important European leader that we recently lost, which is the President David Sassoli. Mr. Mayor, I believe that is our specific commitment as mayors is to enhance those values and the sense of the original project of the European Union. At the time, it was a dream. Today, it is a reality. We must thank all the people who worked to find an antidote to the nationalism that poisoned Europe in the past century. In this sense, we, the mayor of Rotterdam and Torino, are united and have a common belief. We both want a stronger, unified Europe.
Of course, many will arrive, some will go straight to the venue, others will explore and enjoy the city. So all of them, I'm sure, will appreciate the beauty, the history, the hospitality of our city, of Torino. So did we forget anything?
But Torino will surprise you with the beauty of its architecture and its food and drink excellence. We also are a city of rivers, parks, and important museums, with a unique cultural heritage. So I invite you to visit them, and I am convinced that you will be surprised. Torino is a city that to be discovered by walking, and is also a green way to discover the city, because we have miles of arcades. So spark your curiosity, and you will discover beautiful spots. So enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But now, Mr. Lusso, we would like to give you the opportunity to be the best and the fastest tour guide ever, because we know that you prepared with your staff a video for anyone who will have the opportunity to come to Turin and to enjoy Eurovision 2022 where it happens. So here in Turin, let's have a look. Thank you very much, Mr. Russo.
Thank you very much.
We
Thank you very much.
Every success.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Russo. Thank you.
In a few moments, please make yourself comfortable. In a few moments, we will begin the draw that will decide the semi-final, where each participating country will compete.
But first, we would like to acknowledge Mrs. Marinella Soldi, chairwoman of RAI, who's also joining us today. So thank you so much. It's lovely to see you here with us. And now, please, let us introduce some key people for this year's event. Dr. Frank-Dieter Freiling, chairman of the Eurovision Song Contest Reference Group.
Buongiorno.
Mrs. Simona Martorelli and Mr. Claudio Fasulo, executive producers for Turin 2022. And Mr. Thomas Niedermeyer from Digame, voting supervisor of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Thank you for being here. From all aboard to dare to dream and up to open up, every year of Eurovision Song Contest has had its own theme slogan. And yes, after weeks of intensive meetings and brainstorming, we have our slogan for Eurovision 2022, which is the sound of beauty, which has many interpretations. We will share the beauty of our country in every aspect of the show, and making it the link between every editorial, artistic, and aesthetic choice. So let's have a look. Everything is now ready to begin the official allocation draw of the 66th Eurovision Song Contest. 41 countries will be participating in this year's Eurovision. There will be 2 semi-finals, which will take place, as we said before, on the 10th and 12th of May. From each semi-final, 10 countries will qualify to compete a couple of days later in the grand finale on Saturday, May 14th.
5 countries have already qualified for the grand final: France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the United Kingdom. They're called the Big Five. These countries will still broadcast and vote in one of the 2 semi-finals. So we will now start the draw with these countries in order to know which semi-final they will vote in.
It's now time to decide the allocation of the Big Five countries in the semi-finals of the Eurovision Song Contest 2022. So finally, for them, the moment of the truth. And because the number of the Big Five is uneven, the Host Broadcasting Company and the European Broadcasting Union have decided that 2 countries will vote in the first semi-final and 3 in the second one. This has been authorized by the reference group of the Eurovision Song Contest. Are we ready?
Yes, we are. I got 5 envelopes right here containing the names of the Big Five countries. And Carolina, you got 5 envelopes containing the allocations. So now let's start. Why don't we start by giving a little shuffle?
Okay.
Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's have more. More. Ah. You think that's
okay,
enough?
that's enough. I think that's enough.
Enough. Ah.
You start.
I start. So the first country is United Kingdom.
And United Kingdom will vote in the second semi-final.
Second country is France.
And France will vote in the first semi-final.
Okay, so now the third country is Italy.
And Italy will vote in the first semi-final.
2 more to go. So, ready for the fourth. Fourth country is Spain.
Spain will vote in the second semi-final.
Well, now, the fifth country, it's not going to be much of a surprise,
No.
but the ceremony is a ceremony, so Germany.
Germany will vote in the second semi-final.
Great, and that concludes the first phase of the draw.
So let's have a quick recap. We have, for the first semi-final, France and Italy. For the second one, United Kingdom, Spain and Germany.
Yes, and that will be on the 12th of May.
So the first 5 countries have been decided. So now let's move on the phase 2 of the draw to allocate the remaining 36 countries participants.
Yes, but before we move on, I have to ask a very important question to Dr. Freiling. So, Dr. Freiling, do you have any special requests from any of the participating countries that are about to be drawn?
For once, there are none, so you're good to go.
Ah, good to go. Thank you so much, Dr. Freiling.
So now let's explain how this works. In front of us we have 6 glass bowls with the names of the remaining 36 countries divided into them. First we will draw a country out of bowl number 1, after that out another one out bowl number 2, and then continue on to bowl number 6. These 6 countries will be in the first semi-final.
And then we will repeat the process from bowl 1 to bowl 6 for the second semi-final, and again from bowl 1 to bowl 6 for the first semi-final again, and we will steadily work through all the bowls and the names until every country has been allocated a place.
Yeah, it sounds complicated, but it's not.
It's not.
We promise. In each bowl there are 6 countries, and they have been allocated their respective bowls based on the voting patterns of the last 15 years. This makes the outcome more unpredictable. We have 2 more bowls over there, as you can see, and we will draw there not only the semi-final in which each country will compete in, but also in which half of the semi-final. Those countries which perform in the first half of each semi-finals should travel to the host city 1 day earlier for rehearsals.
Okay, so now it's a pleasure to say, let's begin the allocation draw of the 66th Eurovision Song Contest.
So, I will pick up a country from bowl number 1 for the first semi-final. And this country is Albania.
Albania will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
The next country from the second bowl is Norway.
Norway will perform on the second half of the first semi-final.
From the third bowl, Russia.
Russia will perform on the second half of the first semi-final.
Fourth ball. Portugal.
Portugal will perform on the second half of the first semi-final.
And now the fifth ball. Latvia.
Latvia will perform on the first half of the first semi-final.
Sixth and last ball. Switzerland.
Switzerland will perform on the first half of the first semi-final.
Okay, let's go back to the ball number 1 for the second semi-final. Second semi-final for Montenegro.
Montenegro will perform on the second half of the second semi-final.
Ball number 2, second semi-final for Australia.
Australia will perform on the first half of the second semi-final.
The next country will be Georgia.
Georgia will perform on the first half of the second semi-final.
Ball number 4. Cyprus.
Cyprus will perform on the first half of the second semi-final.
Romania.
Romania will perform on the second half of the second semi-final.
Let's see the country from ball number 6.
Yes.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic will perform on the second half of the second semi-final.
So let's move again to
Yes.
ball number 1 for the first semi-final.
I'm
Again.
changing the ball.
Slovenia.
Slovenia will perform on the first half of the first semi-final.
Next country will be Denmark.
Denmark will perform on the second half of the first semi-final.
From the third ball, we have Armenia.
Armenia won the last junior Eurovision Song Contest. I was the Italian commentator, so I remember it well. Will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
Let's see the country from the fourth ball.
Bulgaria will perform on the first half of the first semi-final.
Now it's the turn of Moldova.
Moldova will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
The next country will be Austria.
Well, Austria will perform the second half of the first semi-final.
Okay, we are halfway now. I'm going back to I'm at the ball number 1. We see. We'll see. Serbia.
So Serbia will perform in the first half of the second semi-final.
And Finland.
Finland will perform the first half of the second semi-final.
Let's discover the country from ball number 3, sorry. Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan will perform in the first half of the second semi-final.
Ball number 4. San Marino.
San Marino, our neighbors, will perform in the first half of the second semi-final.
Ball number 5. Poland.
Poland will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
Ball number 6. Belgium.
Belgium will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
So first semi-final again for
Go back here.
Croatia.
Croatia will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
Second ball, first semi-final for Iceland.
Iceland will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
Let's discover next country. Ukraine.
Ukraine will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
Out from ball number 4, we have Greece.
Greece will perform in the second half of the first semi-final.
Ball number 5, Lithuania.
Lithuania will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
From the 6th ball, we have Netherlands.
Netherlands, last host country, will perform in the first half of the first semi-final.
So now it's easy to guess, but we have to follow the procedure. We have now one country per ball, which perform in the second semi-final. Next country is North Macedonia.
North Macedonia will perform the second half of the second semi-final.
Last country from ball number 2. Sweden.
Sweden. Will they give us a new ABBA? Who knows? Second half of the second semi-final.
From the third ball, the last country is Israel.
Israel will perform the first half of the second semi-final. We'll remember Netta.
Fourth ball, last country, Malta.
Malta will perform in the first half of the second semi-final.
Last country from ball number 5. Estonia.
Estonia will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
And last but not least, the 18th country of the second semi-final is Ireland.
Ireland will perform in the second half of the second semi-final.
Well, that's it. The drawing is complete, so let's have a quick look at the draw result from both semi-finals.
Yes, here once again is the lineup of the first semi-final, which will take place on Tuesday, May 10th.
So from the first half of the first semi-final, will compete Albania, Latvia, Switzerland, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Moldova, Ukraine, Lithuania, Netherlands. And then?
And then, so we'll perform in the second half of the first semi-final. Oh, no, it's missing something? Okay.
No, we need the second half of the first semi-final, please. So we can read
the second half of the first semi-final. It's gone.
Yeah. Could we have the second half of the first semi-final? It's not easy, we know, but...
Okay. Norway, Russia, Portugal, Denmark, Armenia, Austria, Croatia, Iceland, and Greece.
Okay, so the first semi-final will take place on the 10th of May. Let's move on the second semi-final. First half, we'll have Australia, Georgia, Cyprus, Serbia, Finland, Azerbaijan, San Marino, Israel, and Malta.
And then Montenegro, Romania, Czech Republic, Poland, Belgium, North Macedonia, Sweden, Estonia, Ireland. And here we are, so the exact running order of each semi-final will be determined at a later time, as you know.
Taking a good look at it, we should say that this promises to be a contest united through sound and beauty.
So thank you all for being here today, and thank you for watching. Arrivederci a maggio.
See you in May. Bye. Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao.
The 2022 Eurovision Song Contest is presented by Moroccan Oil.